Hello there guys, Eric John here for Forever Football DRFC, your Doncaster Rovers fan channel. It's preview day, Northampton has arrived, and this is your preview for the game at the Keepmoat Stadium on Saturday. Obviously a big game. We had to go back to winning ways after that 1-0 defeat to Crewe Alexandra. To be honest, looking back on the Crewe game, it was everything going against us. The referee, their goal was offside, ours was onside, it was disallowed. The two big injuries to James and Bostock, which will be a big factor in that. Team lineup, which you can see behind me. Obviously, Bogle's injured, in my opinion, for a couple of weeks. If he comes back into the squad, I'll be amazed on Saturday. For Okunabiri, hopefully he will start up front, which you can see by my prediction. I think he will. And obviously, it's going to be interesting with Bostock being out as well as James. But I've put a lineup out there that I think could do wonders during this game. Now, obviously, Northampton Town, managed by the caretaker Jon Brady. They've been on a brilliant run of form before that defeat to Charlton Athletic during the midweek games. Now, obviously, Northampton is going to be a tough opposition. I don't expect anything different. Now, Northampton, in my opinion, are just... They've gone up a different level in the last few games, haven't they? They've gone on a good run of form. You look back before the defeat, 2-1 to Charlton. They battered Portsmouth 4-1. They beat 10-man Plymouth 2-0. Then before that, they lost to Swindon, a 0-0 draw with Rochdale. They lost to MK Dons, 0-0 draw with Ipswich. So, a couple of wins on the bounce, then another defeat. So I think they've been on a form that maybe is a little bit inconsistent, but... fingers crossed we can give them a second defeat in a row. It is sad for Northampton because they did lose their manager Keith Kill. Obviously, he's now the Oldham Athletic manager. But obviously with Jon Brady as caretaker, they're trying to see the season out, try and stay up if they can. If they can't, then start again in League 2. So it should be interesting. Obviously, it's very tight in that relegation battle. We thought the promotion race was tight with how many games we've got in hand and how much points we can get over Sunderland and Lincoln and Peterborough and Hull. The relegation battle, there's nearly a different bottom four every week. Every match day even. Maybe we'll have like two changes to the bottom four on a Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we have a completely new bottom four by Saturday. So it's very tight down there, and literally any one of the 6 or 7 teams could reach those bottom 4 places. Rochdale, in my opinion, will be one of them, but I think it's the other 3 that's going to be the tightest battle. If Rochdale can find a run of form, then all 4 will be in contention by the end of the season. But it's going to be an interesting one. So, let's have a look at my predicted team, and then I'll share with you my scoreline predictions and why. So let's share with you, obviously, the predictions for the team. Now, in my personal opinion, James, Bostock and Bogle will not feature. In my opinion, they will not feature. However, looking at the bench, well, there's going to be some selections, isn't there? Lewis Jones in goal, no surprises there. He was a brilliant keeper, one of our better performers, probably our man of the match against Crewe in that defeat. And I think that apart from the goal, which in my opinion was a little bit of a mistake, well, it was pretty much a mistake from Joe Wright, but it was like a lapse in concentration, so it was unfortunate for Joe. And I think Lewis Jones, apart from that goal, I think he was world class. He was making save after save. He was denying Crewe with all that pressure on us, and I think Crewe just got the result in the end. But if our goal was onside and theirs was offside, then you never know, it could have been another win. But I think Lewis Jones didn't deserve losing that clean sheet. I think he was wonderful in that game, so I don't expect that to change anytime soon. Back 4, obviously Reece James is injured for this one, so I've gone with a different back 4. It's gone with Brad Halliday, right back. Wright is in there. I know people say why don't you put a youth left back and put Cameron Dunn at centre back. I'll explain it. I think apart from that mistake, I think Wright it was just a lapse in concentration, so I think Joe Wright just needs to find that form again, and I think he will do against Northampton. Tom Anderson, of course, captain, and Cameron John at left back. Now, I know people will see that and think, well, you've criticised Cameron John at left back, you didn't like him in that position, it's square pegs round holes, why have you selected him? It's because I would rather go with Cameron John, who's great going forward. He can get caught out of position, but if he can learn to track back, if he can track back quick enough, he can recover. And if he goes forward quite a lot, and don't forget, he had our best chance in the second half against Crewe, so he's not at all bad at all. He's very good in that position when he needs to be. When he can be, he's great. When he's going forward, he's wonderful. If there was a chance to play him as a defensive midfielder or attacking defensive midfielder, then I would do. But in my opinion, Cameron John is better in that position. And I would choose Cameron John rather than risk Brandon Hornton or bring Lewis Cunningham in from the youth academy. I would rather risk Cameron John. So Cameron John, in my opinion, will do a good job. I think Northampton's, in no disrespect to Northampton, but they're not the toughest opposition in the world. So I think that Cameron John will do a good job in that game, and hopefully he can recover that form that he had in past games since he's been at Rovers. But Cameron John's my choice at left back for that reason. Midfield, obviously Bostock's injured, so I will go with Matt Smith and Scott Robertson. No surprises there. I think that Matt Smith, obviously, it wasn't his best game. He was losing the ball a few times in the first half, and he was letting it loose a few times, and he did recover in the second half and got on the ball a lot more. And Robertson and Smith, you could see the partnership in the second half at times, grinding the gears of Crewe. So I think we can bring that out of them against Northampton. Then in the attack, we've got Sims at the right wing, Coppinger starting at the cam position, the Kilo at left wing. Now, obviously, there's no Richards, and I've dropped him to the bench. And the reason why I've done that is I think Richards needs some time out. I think if you can come on for the last half an hour of the Northampton game as an impact substitution, that would be the best way forward. And then up front, we've got Fajiri Okunabiri. I think he will be back for this game, and no surprises with that one. Looking at the bench, we've got Balcom, Richards, Gomez, Greaves, Horton, Williams and Simoes return to the bench. I think Simoes will be key for team selection, because I think that Simoes will be a great asset to this bench, and I think that he'll finally get the selection he deserves. I think that there's been a lot of comments in the Yorkshire Post about why Simoes wasn't featuring in games. It was just all down to selection at the end of the day, and also I think you could only have like 5 loanees in the matchday squad, at maximum 5 loanees in the matchday squad. So I think he would have been the 6th one, so obviously you couldn't select him. But just to double check the team lineup to make sure we've got the loanees right. Robertson is one, Smith's another, Sims another, Lakilo is another. Looking at it, I think that Simoes will fit in there. I think 6 might be the maximum actually, so I think he would fit. But I think overall we're looking at Simoes in that starting lineup. But in my opinion, I think he should be selected anyway. I don't care about the maximum loanees. I think that Simoes should be selected anyway. So overall then, the bench is pretty strong. The reason why I put Gomez on the bench is I think he needs some time out, look at the squad. In my opinion, it would be nice to see Richards in the deep midfield, replacing Smith or Robertson in the second half. I think that he'd be a great physical impact sub in that deep midfield, and then you take Coppinger off with half an hour to go, 25 minutes to go, and you put Gomez at cam, and you see what he can do. In my opinion, he was out of position for obvious reasons with the injuries to the strikers. Gomez is not a striker. He's not a holding midfielder. He's a cam, and I think that's where he plays best. Yes, he can play on the wings as well. In my opinion, that's square pegs round holes. He's perfect in the centre attacking midfield position, and if we are going to bring in another cam in the summer, Gomez has got to earn his place back, and I think he'll do that. I think with Coppinger probably retiring at the end of the season, with Richards going back to Brighton, with Smith possibly going back to Man City, Gomez is going to have to step up. He's going to have to step up, and he's going to do that. And we saw that at the start of the season, and I think he'll continue to do that. So it's going to be a good watch for Gomez. So hopefully if he comes on or starts this game at cam instead of Coppinger, and Coppinger moves on to the wing and Sims on the bench, I think Gomez, this is opportunity. This is Jon and Gomez's opportunity now to show why they're first team players for this squad, and the reason why we want to see them get better. We want to see them keep improving and keep getting better in their positions. This is why we want to see Gomez and Jon in this squad, because we know we can get the best out of them. So this is going to be their test now. This is going to be their test against Northampton. Scoreline predictions then to end the video. You know what? Northampton's not been on the best run of form, barring those 2 wins against the likes of Portsmouth and Plymouth. I'm going for a 3-0 win. And the reason why I've gone for 3-0 is because I think we're going to bounce back more than Northampton. I think it's who wants it more. I think we're going to have more on the ball. We're going to have more chances. We're going to have more clinical chances. And it's going to be up to their goalkeeper to see what they do to keep out the chances. The defence as well, but the defence will get broken down a lot in my opinion. I think if I'm going to list 5 players that will be involved in the goals, like I've done in previous previews, my list of 5 to be involved in the goal scoring sheet would be Okunabiri, Lakilo, Coppinger, Sims, and Halliday. I think he's taken some long shots in recent games, so I think that Halliday could be an opportunity. And to be fair, I think my bonus 6th option would be Cameron Jon. I think he's gone forward quite a lot. He almost scored in the second half against Crewe, so I think that Jon's got an opportunity here to get a goal for himself from distance. So thank you very much, guys, for watching this match preview. Stay tuned for the review after the match. Hopefully it will be a 3 points, and it will be 3 points back for us. Our home form has been excellent this season compared to our away form, so I think we should expect to win at home. But thank you very much, guys. My name is Jon from Forever Football, DRFC. Keep living the Rovers life, and that, my friends, is full time. Rovers till I die. Let's get 3 points against Northampton on Saturday.